and welcome to KYE Interactive. I am your host Trupta Kolgad Natkarni. On this digital platform, we speak with entrepreneurs from diverse fields who tell us why 9 to 5 wasn't what they wanted to do, but they wanted to do something out of the box, something different. They wanted to follow their heart, their passion. So my guest today is Vikas Bhadoria, founder of Abhidip Swastik Pvt Limited, or ADSPL. It is the best IoT, or known as Internet of Things, and AI, that is Artificial Intelligence, development agency in India that provides a team of experts having high technological skills in building enterprise-class cloud-based software for the IoT that I just talked about, involving artificial intelligence. ADSPL was formed in 2019 and wants to be the most trusted, convenient and innovative product development company with a primary focus on the 3 Ds. Those 3 Ds are discover, develop and deliver. So we're going to find out more from Vikas. So hi Vikas and welcome to the KYE platform. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Gupta. Good to see you here, and I hope that this interview may end up like a success story that we can put up our ADSPL Tech or Abhidip Swastik Pvt Limited to be known basically in the digital market or arena basically, and to help the society.
Absolutely.
So this is what we are looking, and this is what I'm looking for basically with this interview, that I can reach to more of the audiences. I can help them understand what exactly is IoT and AI, and what as a company we are doing basically to deliver these services and solutions to them.
Right. Same here. We hope so as well. So Vikas, please tell us what exactly do you mean by IoT and how do you aim to, incorporate AI with that? Please tell us a little more about Abhidip.
Okay. This Abhidip Swastik Pvt Limited and known as ADSPL Tech as well. It started basically with a passion of gizmos and gadgets. I had a passion about gizmos and gadgets. Although I have spent around 21 years of my experiences in oil and gas sector. So that sector was mainly I was basically a project management professional, and I was working on multiple capex projects where I was dealing, projects starting from engineering stage, taking them to the concept and operation stages as well. So I was taking it through the full cycle of engineering, procurement, and construction.
Right.
But I had a passion basically. I had two passions. One of the passion was playing cricket, so I always pursued that particular passion, and you can see the trophies behind it. So while I was in Oman and Qatar, I keep on pursuing my dream basically, and I used to love playing cricket. Wow. So I have ended up winning trophies as well. I've been recognized as the best batsman, and I've been recognized as the best all-rounder, the best captain basically for playing for my teams.
Wow.
And yeah, so this is something which has always kept me going basically. Although when you work in countries like Middle East and all, it's all barren basically. It's all about desert.
Yeah.
So there's no greenery there. So you have to have certain passion basically to keep you alive. So cricket was my passion there, and that kept me alive.
Okay.
Apart from that, I had a good interest in gizmos and gadgets. Okay. So I always like to learn about how things are evolving in the market, how technology is changing, what is artificial intelligence, what is IoT. Then the gadgets comes up like Echo Dot or Google Home, and the multiple gadgets is there. We can connect lights. So I was always fancy about that, how it goes basically, how it connects to internet,
right?
What we can do basically to improve upon it. And then the thought came about why not to start a company basically, which is always my passion, and work towards the betterment of it.
Right.
I never thought about making money from it, but the thought was basically, let's do something which is my passion and to delve into it so that I can do something which keeps me alive basically. Apart from cricket, when I will not be able to play cricket basically for a longer time, then I can always do something which is of my passion, of my interest.
Right.
So talking about artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things is artificial intelligence is a collection of multiple technologies that allow machines to detect, understand, act, and learn, either on their own or to augment human activities.
Okay.
If you talk about in a very simple way, the things what we human do, right? The things can be done basically by the machines as well.
Yeah.
So they can also think. You can put some code for them. You can define some algorithm, and the machine will able to do it for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And Internet of Things is basically that describes the network of physical objects. Like whatever is there in surrounding us, like it's a machine, or like it's a kitchen equipment, or it's a bulb, or it's a light, or it's a water meter. Anything is an object basically, and can be connected to internet.
Right.
When this is connected to internet with the help of sensors, softwares, and other technologies, then the purpose of then it helps you exchange the data basically with the devices over the internet.
Okay.
And this data becomes very useful for you to analyze.
Right.
And this artificial intelligence analyzes the data and make it more smart.
Right.
So like when you talk about EcoDot, that for example, which is very simple and people is having in their home. Like if you talk about it, like it learns from your behavior. What do you like? What you would like to express? So like you would like to have a feeling about to, in the night when you go to sleep, you only play 70s Hindi music. So whenever you ask that particular device, it will going to, based on your behavior analysis, it will going to straight away play that music for you.
Right.
Or it will going to change the ambient lighting basically in your room to that particular mood. So that is what is called artificial intelligence, which do it based on your analysis, which do it based on your understanding or liking. So this is what is all about IoT. Now, when we talk about AIoT, so AIoT is something which is a combination of artificial intelligence and IoT. And it's a very powerful combination which takes its own decision, and it helps IoT to connect devices and collect data over internet and then analyze that data and present it to the form to the user, which can help industries improve the productivity as well as the efficiencies. So this is what IoT and AI is doing in the current world. Many industries, when we talk about it more basically detail, many industries are getting benefit out of it.
Okay.
You talk about any industries like IoT 4, we are hearing about IoT 4. So IoT 4 revolution has just started basically.
Okay.
And this revolution has started because of this Internet of Things and artificial intelligence.
Right.
And it is taking the various industries to a different level. The projection rate of having IoT devices in 2025 or 2030 will be in billions. So this industry has a very demanding forecast, and it will be a booming industry in the coming market, provided that we all adapt to this technologies, we all learn about this, there is awareness about it. Like in Make in India, if you talk about our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is already putting it up. That we need to be more digital. Like he has already put a lot of digital platforms. When you talk about digital platform like Paytm, PhonePe, or any other sort of means where we can do transactions online, it is all getting digital, and these all analysis is being converted into data, and that's why you see multiple companies are coming with the data privacy, and this data privacy is nothing. It's able to secure your own information in a way that it should not be sold to somebody. And that's why the things like WhatsApp, they're changing the privacy. People are more concerned about it because whatever they share it on the social media, we are having that habit to, and we are already adapted to that particular habit, that we are able to send and sell everything basically on our fingertips. Right? It's very easy for us, and that's why the data is being circulated everywhere and all over the place. So we have to protect our data.
Absolutely.
And this data is something which will be of utmost importance in the coming future. Absolutely. Because artificial intelligence is based on data.
Okay.
Like if you don't have data, that cannot do anything. If you have data, then it can do multiple things and it can do wonderful things.
Absolutely.
So this is all about IoT and AI. We can discuss about more basically once we go further on to this interview.
Sure. Absolutely. Very well said. So why entrepreneur? Like, why did you always want to be an entrepreneur? Please share that with
us. Entrepreneur is something basically everybody wants to become, right? Like whenever you, when we are young kids, basically, right? So like when we grow up, right? Some people grow basically in the surroundings, which is already having a lot of parents around you. Right, and you are overshadowed with your parents basically. Some kids suddenly come out of the shadowness, and then they just move out and then want to do something different.
Yeah.
When they want to do something different, that basically becomes an entrepreneur because they are thinking in a different direction, right? And that is the first step towards becoming an entrepreneur. And you have to be always a leader to become an entrepreneur. Rather, like you have to think about that, what exactly you can do different, what you can do differently basically than the other human beings that can stand you out from the mob. So this is something we can always, you have to think about it, what exactly a difference you can bring into the world. Right. So that is basically where, the habits start building up on an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship is something which anybody can become basically. It's nothing new, although this word has become that, become a hype that people are becoming entrepreneur, or like people think about it like that. But it is something like every human being is having it. It's nothing new. It's all about coming out from that comfort zone and moving to where you can always, change and bring a difference to the world basically, and different to the society. So this is something which I think there should be an intrinsic motivation, driving factor inside you, and that driving factor should not be only about money. It should be always about bringing meaning out of life. And when you know about what meaning you have to bring out of your life, and you have your beliefs basically with that, then yes, you can always move on to become an entrepreneur. Right. So I've seen like a lot of people, they generally when they start the businesses, they only talk about money. Right. For them, money is the only thing which they think, and they eat basically. Right. But then you will never going to grow. You will always end up basically, in a very disastrous state basically, that you'll be doomed basically after some time, because you're always running behind money. You always want to grow big, and you're not making a meaning out of it.
Correct.
So that meaning has to be there. That satisfaction of doing something of my own, which can help the society and the nation, has to be there.
Right.
You have to think about others as well, because as an organization or as an entrepreneur, you will be ending up meeting with a lot of people. You will be giving a lot of jobs to other people, and they will be working alongside you. So if they grow, you will grow. That is how you have to think about it.
Absolutely.
But like what happens is like people generally drive towards more expensive motivations. They have, which leads to them frustrations and the failures. And once they fail, they never come back. Yes. And we all know that failures are path to success, basically, right?
Absolutely, Vikas. Which actually would bring me to my next question. Like, what is it about this field that gives you, a kick, gives you a kick, or a sense of accomplishment or satisfaction? What is it about this field?
Right, like sense of satisfaction or sense of accomplishment, basically for everyone is different. Like when a child is born, the sense of accomplishment for that mother is that the child is good.
Yeah.
That child is able to hear, the child is able to listen, the child is able to laugh. Yeah. So that is the accomplishment for the mother basically. Yeah. So it depends. It varies basically from one individual to other. So like for me, basically the accomplishment is basically that I can see a sense of happiness and smile on my kid's face. Great. When my parents talk about me basically, then they should be able to see a sense of proud basically. They should feel that yes, we have achieved something in our life, because for them they have devoted their life to us, right? They generally, like in India, it's a culture like that your parents are always there for you. Like you have just told me that you're also working with your mother. So our parents are always there with us. Yeah, our life surrounds them. And they generally devote most of the life in making you successful. They always want to work hard for you so that you become a self-sustained person in your life.
Yeah, correct.
And there, like if you see that sense of proud in your parents' eyes, that yes, you have achieved something and you have brought something to them, this accomplishment, right? And then like you have to like when you're doing your own work, basically you have to work with a passion. And when you see that passion is coming out and that's driving you somewhere to some betterment and some towards some right goals, basically, which you have already planned in your life, that is a sense of accomplishment which you generally feel that you have achieved it. Right. Then when you see that you have contributed to the success of others, right? Like when you grow as a leader, you have to contribute towards the success of others. And if the people grow around you, you feel that there is a sense of accomplishment basically with you. So this is something which we have to give, and I always feel that we have to give it to the society as well. Right. So like whatever goes out, it has to come in. So whenever we say that we have to do the right deeds, that right deed has to come back. Right. So this is something which you have already accomplished. So if you're not able to do that, you're not able to accomplish anything in your life.
Absolutely.
So that is what I feel that yes, that is my accomplishment basically in life.
Great. So, when you started out, like what on this journey, what were some of the challenges like, you had to face or the barriers you broke or some obstacles that were in your way? How did you get past?
The biggest challenge when you start as an entrepreneur is your family.
Okay.
Right, they never wanted you to become an entrepreneur because you're already living a good life. There is a steady life going on, and like when you talk about bringing that change, breaking that chain basically, where you are having a comfortable zone,
Yeah.
and your kids are studying in school, you are doing a 9 to 5 job, and like your life is going very steady. You are able to dedicate most of your time to your family. Then nobody wants to get out of it. And that's the biggest barrier you face basically whenever you come out, to become an entrepreneur. I had the same thing basically. My family was always opposed me, and they never wanted me to become a businessman
Okay.
or to be an entrepreneur basically. But I told them that give me a chance. Let me do something which I feel and I have a passion about it because I'm already working for quite some time now. I have 20 years basically working for somebody else. I've been devoting so much of my hard work basically to them. I do. If I can do the same thing for me, basically, maybe I may succeed. I don't say that I will not going to fail. I may fail, basically.
Right.
Yeah, because failure is something because nobody in my in my family is a businessman.
Okay.
Right. So for me to start basically, a business or become an entrepreneur is something very difficult. I have a family to take care of. My parents are dependent on me. It's something basically is very challenging for you when you want to become an entrepreneur. Then you have to think about the finances, how you do arrange finances basically, because you don't have that liquidity in your hand when you start. You don't have that ample money when you want to start. And although you can start basically with some amount of money, but then once you start moving towards it, you will see that there are multiple challenges are standing in front of you, and you have to encounter those challenges. And that encountering become maybe very heavy basically for you, which may take you down financially like anything. So they are the barriers which I feel yes they are there, and but then still I'm working hard basically towards it, trying to achieve success, trying to find out ways to overcome those challenges. Hopefully, I'll succeed along with my family, and if they are supporting behind me, yes, I will do that.
I'm sure you will, Vikas. So, at this point, what is needed from your side to take ADSPL to the next level? Like, what is needed to reach your business goals or aspirations, so to speak?
Yeah, look, everyone basically who enters in the industry, like they already set up the missions, they already set up their vision, their goals, their objectives, and like before they go to they like it is something basically which every business is required, and you need to write it very carefully and meticulously that you take your steps in the right direction. Otherwise, there is always a risk of failure. A risk of failure is evident. Like whatever you do, it is there. Whenever you take steps, whenever you sleep, it is there. Like whatever you do, like in your life, the risk is always there. So I thought basically of taking slow pace, sort of growth. Tortoise and rabbit story. Where a rabbit starts running basically, and then he thought, yes, the tortoise is coming very slowly. So I always thought basically let be a tortoise rather be a rabbit. So I'm taking my steps slowly and gradually, and I'm thinking about that what exactly to be done next. I'm looking for right sort of candidates for my company who can really deliver for me, and who really have that aspiration to grow, and they can bring some value addition to the company. So that is what I'm looking forward to. And then, like if you see in this current arena, digital marketing, social media is most trending. Right, and that is there where you can come in and then play a major role. The companies, there are a lot of bigger companies who are still not doing it. They're still following the traditional approach. But the ones like Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, they are everywhere.
Right.
And you have to learn from them that why they have been so successful. Why what they are doing basically different that they are already standing out in the market.
Right.
So this is because they are doing something. This digital marketing strategy for them is playing very well. They try to touch upon the emotions. They try to touch upon the habits of the people. And when they do that, they start, selling out their products and they become successful. So I'm trying to develop such sort of strategies, trying to read a lot of books, trying to learn basically because you have to learn, like you have to evolve basically whenever you're doing something. So like when I came back from Oman, basically, I was basically I thought what to do. Because it's COVID-19, nothing to do. You have to sit at home. You can enjoy because you come after a long time. You've been working for 21 years. Come back, sit home, relax. But like I'm not a person who wants to relax. Like I want a person who wants to do something in my life and like want to do move forward. So there I have started basically few things. Then I started exploring what sort of businesses I can do. So this thing came into mind and I started this. And then I started basically learning also. So I'm doing a digital leadership course from IIM Lucknow as well. So then after that completion of the course, I'll be the alumni of IIM Lucknow. So that is basically where I thought, yes, I can, always be appraised with the industries, what is going on, and you can learn basically from the best in the industries. IIM is one of the best in our India. Right. So I always wanted to be like when I was studying in my college, when I was doing my BE, I was the second topper of my college. I was BE honors. But I never went like I wanted to do MBA, but then my condition was not favorable that I should have done MBA. So I straight away gone through a campus and started working. Didn't get a time basically to do MBA. So I always wanted to associate with IIM at that time, but the conditions are not favorable for everybody in life. So I have to move forward. In that period, basically, I have done my construction project management also from NICMAR. I have done some PMP courses as well, while I was studying, doing my job. And then I thought, like, let's devote some time basically for learning as well. So I started basically this course with for digital leadership with IIM Lucknow. This is also helping me basically to identify the new strategies because there is a lot of subjects are there, which only helps you, think differently. And when you talk with a lot of people, they have their own views, they have their own way of perception, and it's good basically to know about the thoughts and the views of the other people as well, which you can always take it on and inculcate basically into your life. So I'm using all those learnings and from my past experiences, from these courses, from the books which I'm reading at the moment, and trying to develop the strategies which can be helpful basically in my growth. Yes, so this is how I'm going to achieve business aspirations.
Okay, great. Good to know about that because when you started Abhidip Swastik from there to now, this journey, how has this journey changed you? Like, how has this venture changed you? In what ways would you think?
It does not change me. Like when you say change is something like you change your total appearance, right? You change your total mentality towards something. Like yes, there are changes happens, but that changes happens in your day-to-day life cycle, right? Because earlier you used to have your habit of getting early in the morning, going to offices and then coming back and staying time with your family. But when you start your own businesses, then there's no time, right? So that time management becomes very difficult because everybody is calling you and you are basically trying to secure more businesses, more projects for your company, and there it becomes very difficult. Because these days, when there's always a complaint from my kids as well as from my family, basically, that they are not able to give more time to us because you are only working basically, and you work basically morning 9 to evening 12 o'clock as well, which is also affecting my lifestyle as my health as well. But I try to find out ways because I am basically a person who is always more focused toward physical well-being. So I always do my exercise. So I generally make sure that I devote some time basically in the morning. I generally wake up in the morning. I generally go and feed birds. So that is the first activity I do in the morning because a lot of birds come on my terrace. So I generally go and connect to the nature in the morning first thing. So once I do that, I like to see them basically they are eating food. Then I do some gardening, give some water basically to my plants and all. Do then some yoga and then do my exercise. And after that, I start my day basically. So I don't touch the mobiles and all. Otherwise, the whole day your mobile and your gizmos are there in your hand. You are just getting calls. People are calling you. You're doing WhatsApp messages. That all goes on. So yes, this has changed me a bit. I'm more connected to basically this digital things, which I have not been earlier because I was doing more of physical things. I always love to do physical. I never liked to play video games.
Okay, yeah.
People do play video games on mobiles as well as on phone or on computer, but I don't have that habit basically. So I have always changed. I always wanted to be in the field to play. Like I always wanted to do some cycling or running in the field or to play cricket or to play basketball. I played 3 times national basketball. Like I have been always a person who has, been into this physical being, and then I want to coach my kids as well to, to be aware of this. Yes. So after this, what I see is my decision making towards taking certain decisions has changed. My multitasking skills have changed. My cognitive approach towards looking the things holistically has changed. My collaborative habits has changed because I have to interact with multiple people. So all those things has changed basically, because earlier you are basically more confined. You are talking to your team only, and then you are giving a presentation to your management. That's it. But here you are talking to multiple people, and different skill set of people, different mentalities of people, and different regions, different countries, because you're trying to explore everything. So yes, this is something which I am learning, and then coming back to India after 15 years of stint from Middle East, it's totally different because Indian environment is totally different than the outside environment. So you have to adapt as well to that environment. So still I'm adapting to that. Yeah, so this is something has not changed me as a person, but yes, my view and my decision making has been affected with this, and it's going towards a betterment. Basically, that's what I say.
Absolutely. Your view of looking at things has changed. And like you said, it's definitely for the better. So, lastly, please share with us like some words of wisdom or advice to the upcoming or budding entrepreneurs. Because a lot of them have ideas, but they don't know how to go about them or how to execute them. So, please share some words to them.
Yeah, so look, like that's what I told you earlier as well, that entrepreneurs can be anybody.
Yeah.
And when we become entrepreneurs, basically, we have to think about it, what exactly we have to do. We have to keep our vision very clear. We have to think about ideas, what exactly, because everybody has got a lot of ideas. But those ideas, when you're putting into implementation stage, then they have to be workable, right? They should not be only foolish ideas. So you have to understand, you have to make a very thin line between what sort of ideas you're thinking and whether they are workable or not, or whether they will be any good to anybody or they will going to benefit the society or not. So don't be afraid of taking correct steps towards realizing your dreams and goals. Do not exaggerate on your business plans. Don't overcommit or over deliver or undercommit or over deliver. That's the same thing basically. Because a lot of people overcommit as well and then they do under deliver. And then they undercommit and they over deliver. So that is what is the problem basically, because we want to take projects and then we under commitment we take it, and then and we wanted to to make sure that the client is very happy and should give another job to us. We over deliver to him, which is a very bad thing to do. And we should be always precise and concise and transparent basically to the client, and we should be able to tell him that what we can deliver to him, and this is our plan. And you should be able to open up a plan, and you should be able to have a lot of conversation and discussions with him openly, so that he should be knowing that how you're moving things. And then you should not be working for money. You should be only working for the meaning out of it. And if you fail, you should not lose hope. Like most of the people, they lose hope and then they end up somewhere basically, which is not a right thing to do, because you already have taken a very good step towards becoming an entrepreneur. And like when you become an entrepreneur, then live it, don't leave it, right? So this is something which I will like to tell it. And whenever you're giving some you're getting some good people on board, don't be shy of giving money basically to them. Yeah, don't be shy of sharing your shares to them. Yeah, because you don't find, you never know that who is the right person for you. And if the person is really having that knowledge and expertise in that particular area which can really help your business grow, you should not be very conservative about it. You should be open to it. And but then you have to take your decision very wisely, not emotionally, otherwise you're going to fail again. So this is something which I would like to tell people. And I would like to say them that best of luck. And whatever, we have a lot of business opportunities now in India. Make in India scheme is there. Government is also supporting it, and hopefully, like this trend continues, this will also going to bring more entrepreneurs basically on floor. And like we are a country of 1.35 billion people, right? And we should be able to think that how many entrepreneurs comes out, and how many of them are basically successful. It's the success rate, because the success rate goes so low because we end up somewhere. We start something basically with a lot of passion, and that passion fades out after some time. So I know that the money is basically a big criteria for all of us, where investment comes in picture. But then if you have a right idea, money will going to come in. It will going to flow in.
Absolutely.
So keep on working towards your dream, and best of luck towards it. Thanks a lot.
And those were some great words indeed. And for more information, please get in touch, and please for our viewers and listeners, Abhidip Swastik Private Limited for more information. And please remember the 3Ds: discover, develop, and deliver. So those are some great words from Vikas. And thank you so much for coming on the KYE Interactive platform and sharing your thoughts with us. It was great speaking with you, Vikas. Thank you so much, and we wish ADSPL all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Drapta, for having a very nice session. And I really, appreciate the way you have taken this. And I hope that that KYE basically as a platform also grows, because being also a startup. And I really wish best of luck to the team and to the management as well, so that they can grow as well along with us, and we can helpful to each other in the longer run.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vikas. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Good day. Bye bye.